Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English News Edition brought to you live from RTD channel. The top series of tonight's are the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, arrived in Djibouti late this afternoon to take part at the inauguration of a memorial commemorating the 2000 Arta Peace Conference. Meanwhile, Djibouti is focusing on oil and early warning systems to strengthen disaster risk prevention. And on the international scene, in Gaza, 70 people have died in the past 24 hours amid ongoing strikes as Washington reaffirms its commitment to the ceasefire. Welcome back in our newsroom. This afternoon, the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, arrived in Djibouti to a warm and enthusiastic welcome marked by an official ceremony attended by senior government officials. And upon his arrival, a high-level delegation was present at the international Humbuli airport to greet him, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation, spokesperson of the government, the Minister of Communication in charge of Post and Telecommunication, the Minister of the Interior, as well as several other senior Djiboutian government officials. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud was accompanied by a high-level delegation reflecting the shared commitment to strengthening the ties of friendship and cooperation between the two friendly and brotherly countries, Somalia and Djibouti. His visit is part of an official program which includes several bilateral meetings and diplomatic engagements. Tomorrow, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud will join Djibouti's President Ismail Omar Guelleh in Arta for the inauguration of a memorial commemorating the 2000 Arta Peace Conference, a historic event that marked the beginning of political reconstruction and peace building in Somalia. This morning, the People's Palace hosted the closing ceremony of a three-day conference series on peace and dialogue held under the high patronage of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation spokesperson of the government, Abdul Qadir Hussein Omar. The event was organized as part of the 25th anniversary celebrations of the Arta Peace Conference, a historic milestone in promoting peace and stability in Somalia. The third and final session featured dynamic panel discussions on the theme Djibouti's diplomacy, national strategy, and global vision. The panel brought together diplomats and experts who highlighted the importance of diplomacy in today's rapidly changing international landscape. During the closing ceremony, several speeches were delivered emphasizing the achievement and future prospect of Djibouti's diplomacy, as well as the legacy of the Arta Peace Conference organized under the visionary leadership of the President of the Republic. Participants commended this initiative, noting that it provided a valuable platform for exchange, reflection, and partnership among nations. The event also reaffirmed Djibouti's unwavering commitment to peace, dialogue, and regional cooperation. In conclusion, the closing ceremony underscored Djibouti's enduring role as a pillar of peace and diplomacy in the Horn of Africa and beyond. In his closing remarks, Somalia's Minister of the Interior, Ali Yusuf Ali, did not fail to express his deep satisfaction in taking part in the ceremony marking the conclusion of the conference series on peace and stability in Somalia, organized as part of the 25th anniversary celebrations of the 2000 Arta Peace Conference. The minister did not fail to recall with emotion and gratitude that the Arta Conference stands as the cornerstone and founding pillar of the modern republic Federal Republic of Somalia. It was through this historic process, he said, led under the auspices of the Republic of Djibouti, which the institutional and political foundation of the Somali federal state was laid, paving the way for national reconstruction and reconciliation after years of conflict. On this solemn occasion, Minister Ali Yusuf Ali paid a heartfelt tribute to the President of the Republic of Djibouti, President Ismail Omar Guelleh, whom he described as the founding father of Somalia's Third Republic. He praised President Guelleh's visionary leadership, wisdom, and unwavering commitment, emphasizing that his mediation and determination were instrumental in the success of the ARTA process. Let's turn now to the remarks of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation spokesperson of the government, Abdul Qadir Hussein Omar.
I'm honored to be among you this morning for the closing of the conference cycles marking the 25th anniversary of the 2000 ARTA conference, which took place these last 2 days. The panel discussion during the past few days have focused on different thematics on Somalia, then now, cultural memory and reconciliation, poets, artists, oral historians, on healing through culture, youth, and the future of the Somali state. Lessons, legacy, and the future of Somali peace, authors of the ARTA peace process, and finally, Somali business leaders on stability, investment, and rebuilding. Ladies and gentlemen, today's panels are particularly important as they focus on key actors and tools for reconciliation, such as the role of Islamic leadership in Somalia reconciliation, state renewal, Djibouti diplomacy, and women weaving Somalia's peace. As Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Djibouti, my intervention will focus on Djibouti foreign policy under the leadership of His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, President of the Republic of Djibouti, and future perspectives. Ladies and gentlemen, the Republic of Djibouti's foreign policy is first and foremost the result of a vision by His Excellency the President of the Republic. Since he took the office in May 1999, he has crafted a genuine, solid, and comprehensive foreign policy strategy to promote the image of our country and defense of its political, economic, and cultural interests based on ground principles and objectives. Defense of sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic of Djibouti. Promotion of peace and stability. Good neighboring policy and conflict resolution through peaceful and diplomatic means. Diversification of relations and partnerships with the concept of no exclusion, non-exclusivity, a development and investment-oriented policy. Ladies and gentlemen, peace and security is the core principle of our foreign policy. Through the leadership, innovative approach, and energy of the President of the Republic, the launching and success of the ARTA Somali peace process in 2000 became a landmark achievement. Of course, ARTA remains as today one of our milestone accomplishments and the trademark of our diplomacy. Moreover, our foreign policy has also achieved many other remarkable performances, the last one being the historic and massive win at the election of the African Union Commission chairperson last February.
And now let's follow this report on Somali Reconciliation Conference held in ARTA. Let's watch.
all began here in Arta in the year 2000. In this small Djiboutian town nestled between the sea and the mountain, a conference would change the destiny of a people and reshape the diplomacy of an entire continent under the leadership of President Ismail Omar Guelleh. Then, newly elected Djibouti took the risk of peace, a bold, human, and profoundly African gamble. For months, the city of Arta became the beating heart of an African that rejected the fatalism. Around leaders, elders, civil and religious representatives from all over Somalia gathered there to attend what many believed it impossible to speak again, to listen to each other, to forgive. What was at stake then went beyond Somali reconciliation. It was a demonstration proof that a small country without a conquering army and infinite wealth could become the moral compass of a region in crisis. Proof that neutrality could be a force and that diplomacy of the head could triumph where weapons had failed. In Arta, Djibouti not only offered a roof and negotiating tables, it offered a philosophy, that of dialogue as a founding act, that of peace as a shared responsibility. For this initial initiative, other missions and other mediations were born. After Somalia, Djibouti lent its voice to other causes in the Horn between Ethiopia and Eritrea. It encouraged normalization, believing that peace between sworn enemies was still possible. In South Sudan, Djibouti supported the talks, convinced that the stability of a young African state is everyone's business, and within IGAD, Djibouti consistently transformed the meetings into the veritable laboratory for regional dialogue. Each time, Djibouti did not speak the languages of power, but that of consciences. Here, peace is not a diplomatic stance, it is a state duty. It is a foundation upon which the economy, stability, and national dignity are built. And it is this foundation that Djibouti has chosen to share with its neighbors, making its own stability a regional asset. In a quarter of a century, Djibouti has established itself as a moral mediator, a calm and respected voice in a region often ravaged by storms. Between conflicts and hopes, it has chosen to embody the common thread of patient, discreet, yet constant dialogue, where others will force Djibouti opposes with words, where other close doors Djibouti keeps its own open. Today, from the Arta Memorial to international platform, this vocation remains. It tells the world that a country does not need to be large to be heard. It just needs to speak with accuracy and conviction. It also reminds us that peace for Djibouti is not a memory. It is a guideline, a living legacy. For here, in this corner of land between sea and desert, a small country continues to make a veritable powerful voice heard, that of peace.
An Arta region prepares to celebrate 25 years of Somali peace with the memorial inauguration in less than 24 hours. The city of Arta will come alive for a highly symbolic double event, the inauguration of the Arta Peace Memorial and the 25th anniversary of the Somali Peace and Reconciliation Conference. Let's recall that the ceremony will take place under the high patronage of the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh. 25 years after this historic peace process, the region of Arta is preparing to relive a moment that shaped a generation and remains etched in collective memory. Arta will once again witness the emotion and pride of a community revisiting a pivotal page of history. Another news now, under the high patronage of the Minister of the Interior, Saeed Noor Hassan, an information workshop dedicated to strengthening early warning systems in the Republic of Djibouti was held yesterday at Sheraton Hotel. Reports.
The launch of a workshop on early warning system in Djibouti under the high patronage of Mr. Saeed Nuh Hassan, Minister of Interior. A tailored information workshop on strengthening early warning system in the Republic of Djibouti was held this Tuesday at the Sheraton Hotel in Djibouti. This workshop marks the official launch of the tailor-made information for operational early warning system project, a strategic initiative aimed at improving the prevention and management of natural disaster risks in the country. The event took place in the presence of His Excellency Hu Bin, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Djibouti, Mr. Misa Alessandra Rocasalvo, resident representative of the United Nations Development Program, Mr. Ahmed Mohamed Madar, Executive Secretary for Risks and Disaster Management. This project, funded by the Chinese government with the $2 million, is being implemented through the China International Development Cooperation Agency with the technical support from UNDP. The initiative aims to strengthen national capacity for disaster prevention and rapid response by equipping the country with effective early warning system. It will also support the Executive Secretariat for Disaster Risk Management and the relevant national institution to ensure better coordination and efficiency in emergency management. This partnership further illustrates the fruitful cooperation between China, UNDP, and the Republic of Djibouti in ongoing effort to strengthen the country's resilience to climate and natural hazard.
Taking the floor, the representative of the Chinese embassy expressed his satisfaction at taking part in the official launch ceremony of the project titled Tailored Information for Operational Early Warning System in Djibouti. Speaking on behalf of the ambassador, he began by extending his sincere gratitude and appreciation to the organizers for their effort. For her part, the representative of the United Nations Development Program highlighted that the project is the result of a strong partnership between the government of the Republic of Djibouti, the People's Republic of China, and UNDP. She emphasized that this initiative reflects the strengths of cooperation and shared commitment among all partners to enhance resilience to climate-related risk in the region. As she noted, in Djibouti, anticipating risk is no longer an option, it is a necessity. The Minister of the Interior, Saeed Nuh Hassan, expressed his pride and honor in taking part in the official launch ceremony of the news project. Let's listen to the Minister.
It is with immense pleasure and profound sense of responsibility that I speak today at the official launch of the information workshop dedicated to strengthen early warning systems in the Republic of Djibouti. This event marks an important step in our national effort to strengthen our country's resilience to natural disaster and climate hazards, the impact of which are increasingly felt in our region, a strategic project for the security and resilience of our nation. The project, entitled Tailored Information for Operational Early Warning System, is fully aligned with the visions of the Djiboutian government under the strong leadership of His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, to build a resilient state capable of anticipating and responding effectively to crises. Thanks to generous fundings of $2 million from the government of the People's Republic of China and with the technical support from the United Nations Development Program, this project will modernize our national capacity for prevention, detection, and rapid response to natural hazards. It will strengthen national capacity and institutional coordination. This program will help equip our country with effective early warning system capable of collecting and disseminating reliable information in real time. It will also strengthen the skills of our national institution, particularly the Executive Secretariat for Risk and Disaster Management, to ensure better coordination among all actors involved in emergency management, because we know anticipating disaster saves life, and this is at the heart of our shared commitment. Protecting our peoples, our infrastructure, and our future, an exemplary partnership with their promising future. On behalf of the government of the Republic of Djibouti, I wish to express our profound gratitude to our partner, to the Chinese government for its unwavering support and the steadfast friendship, and to the UNDP for its invaluable technical and institutional assistance.
And still with the national news, the Ministry of Women and Family Affairs, in cooperation with the National Union of Djiboutian Women, UNFD, organized this Tuesday at Bawadi Mall the 6th edition of the Handicrafts exhibition, an event that has become a key platform dedicated to showcasing women's craftsmanship and promoting female entrepreneurship. The exhibition brought together thousands of women artisans from across the country who displayed their creation in various fields, including textiles, basketry, pottery, jewelry, natural cosmetics, and local gastronomy. The event not only highlighted the richness and diversity of women's talent throughout the nation, but also provided a unique platform for networking, training, and self-promotion. Visitors had the opportunity to admire authentic and innovative works reflecting the creativity and passion of Djiboutian artisans while opening new horizons for growth and collaboration. Beyond the products on display, the exhibition also served as a forum to discuss the challenges faced by women in the handcraft sector, particularly in terms of access to financing, training, and recognition of their work. In her remarks, the Minister of Women and Family Affairs, Muna Osman Nadan, praised the dynamism and creativity of Djiboutian women artisans, emphasizing their essential role in preserving cultural heritage and promoting local economic development. She also reiterated the government's commitment to strengthening technical and financial support programs for women entrepreneurs in order to help them improve the quality and competitiveness of their product on both national and international market. In her statement, the minister also reaffirmed the ministry's determination to continue its effort to make handicrafts a genuine driver of women's economic empowerment and social inclusion. Another news, Djibouti hosts the second annual Holy Quran Competition Awards. In an atmosphere of faith, reverence, and joy, the Al Nakhel Hall at the Kempinski Palace Hotel hosted on Wednesday the award ceremony for the winners of the second edition of the Holy Quran competition. The event was organized by the religious attaché of the Embassy of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in collaboration with the Ministry of Muslims Affairs and Waqf Properties. The ceremony was held under the high patronage of Mumin Hassan Barri, Minister of Muslims Affairs and Waqf, and Mutrik bin Abdullah bin Mutrik, Ambassador of the Custodian of the Holy Mosques of the Republic of Djibouti, in the presence of religious attaché Saad bin Abdul Aziz Al Safayan, as well as numerous government officials, imams, preachers, and scholars. The competition brought together nearly 200 participants from various Quran memorization centers and Arabic schools, with the preliminary round held at the King Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud Mosque. Meanwhile, the Minister of Muslim Affairs and Waqf Property, Mumin Hassan Barre, who sponsored the event, expressed his gratitude to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for its continued support of a religious program in Djibouti. He highlighted that such competitions positively channel the energies of youth and strengthen their connection to the Holy Quran and its values. The Minister emphasized that this Quranic competition is not merely a contest of memorization and recitation, but rather a reflection of the grandeur of the Quranic message in educating souls, purifying hearts, and guiding generation in the values of virtue, modernization, and balance. Moving on now to Angola, where the Minister of Commerce and Tourism, Mohamed Warsamadiri, led a high-level delegation to participate in the third Luanda Summit on Finance and Infrastructure Development in Africa, held from October 28 to 31st, 2025 in Luanda, Angola. The delegation included Abdi Mohamed Haibe, Ambassador of Djibouti to Ethiopia and Angola and permanent representative to the African Union, Omar Darar Musa, Director of Foreign Trade and Regional Integration, Ali Mohamed Sanalasi, Head of Railway Transport at the Ministry of Infrastructure and Equipment, Osman Abdi Ali, Advisor at the Djiboutian Embassy in Ethiopia. The summit themed capital corridors trade, investing in infrastructure for the AFCFTA, and shared prosperity, aimed to mobilize massive investment to bridge Africa's annual infrastructure funding gap, estimated at over $100 billion Discussion emphasized the importance for African countries to mobilize domestic financial resources to ensure sustainable and sovereign funding for their infrastructure project. Speakers highlighted that Africa possesses the means to build roads, railway, ports, power lines, and digital networks. We come back to the country where this morning the Secretary of State in charge of sport conducted a field visit to the rehabilitation site of the sport platform in neighboring 7, where renovation works are being conducted by the Chinese company known as Touchwood International Holding. During the visit, the Secretary of State in charge of sport praised the significant progress of the works, highlighting the high quality of execution and the effective coordination among all participants. He noted that once completed, this facility will provide a true space for youth development and contribute to the promotion of local football. The visit is part of a broader inspection tour of several sports sites, including Goulet Stadium, aimed at monitoring the progress of rehabilitation and modernization efforts for the country's sports infrastructure. And on the occasion of the inauguration of the new Al Shifa Hospital, a flagship of Djibouti's healthcare system, the Secretary General of the International Social Security Association, Mr. Marcelo Abiramia Katono, sent a warm message of congratulations to the Republic of Djibouti. Mr. Katano praised the opening of Al Shifa Hospital as the realization of a national vision that places health and social protection at the heart of human development. He emphasized that the project reflects the Djiboutian government's commitment to building a healthcare model based on equity, solidarity, and the modernization of medical services. He further noted that the hospital will significantly improve access to quality healthcare for the population and serve as a benchmark for future health infrastructure projects in the region. This milestone underscores, he said, Djibouti's dedication to strengthening social welfare and promoting the well-being of its citizens. As part of its policy to foster youth development and showcase artistic talent within community development centers, the Ministry of Youth and Culture has launched a dance training program for young members of Jeep Fire Dance Group. The initiative forms part of the preparations for the National and African Youth Day, a major event celebrating the creativity, discipline, and dynamism of Djiboutian youth. To strengthen the technical and artistic skills of participants, the ministry invited a choreography expert from the Union of the Comoros, renewed for his mastery of urban and traditional dance, to lead the training. This Monday afternoon, a particularly lively session was held at the CDC Le Yablé, attracting over 200 young audiences eager to support the trainees. Among those present were the senior technical advisor to the Minister of Youth and Culture, several ministry officials, and community leaders from the neighborhood who came to show their support for this inspiring initiative. Through this program, the ministry reaffirmed its commitment to promoting local talent. And still with the national news, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Budget and National Coordinator of the Bi'idli Al-Haj Hassan Goulet Airport Project, Simon Mibratou, met on Tuesday, October 28, 2025 in Riyadh with the Sultan bin Abdurrahman Al-Mushid, Director General of the Saudi Development Fund. The Djiboutian ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Diaydin Bamakrama, also attended the meeting. Discussion focused on the financing of the new Bi'idli Airport project and the financial participation of the Saudi Development Fund. The project aligned with Djibouti's Vision 2035, and its focus on infrastructure and logistic investment is expected to play a key role in improving the country's connectivity with the rest of the world and in positioning Djibouti as a regional air transport hub. Djibouti launched first nationwide business census to strengthen economic statistics. As part of its mission to produce economic statistics and improve understanding of the national economy, the Djibouti Statistics Institute instead has officially launched the enumeration phase of the General Census of Enterprises of Djibouti, known as REGED. This operation, unprecedented in the country's statistical history, marks a key step in enhancing national economic data and gaining a clearer picture of Djibouti's entrepreneurial landscape. Turning now to the regional and international news. On Monday, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, opened a high-level regional meeting bringing together experts in climate, environment, migration, and risk management. The goal is to forge a common position on climate-induced mobility, resilience, and adaptation ahead of COP30. Over the course of 3 days, a participant will review existing data and develop science-based strategies to address the growing impact of climate change, displacement, and conflict in the Horn of Africa. The meeting aims to produce a consolidated IGAD regional declaration for COP30, reaffirming the commitment of member states to turn climate challenges into opportunities. Violence in Gaza despite a ceasefire. Following intense Israeli airstrike in Gaza, medical sources reported on Wednesday that around 70 Palestinians were killed in the past 24 hours, including 12 children. Strikes hit 8 homes, 5 tents for displaced families, and a vehicle west of Khan Yunis, killing 5 members of the same family. The Israeli army also reported the death of 1 soldier. And despite the ceasefire in effect since October 10, Hamas denied involvement and reaffirmed its commitment to the truce. And finally, Hurricane Melissa made landfall in Jamaica Tuesday night as the strongest cyclone ever to hit the island directly, slightly weakened to a Category 4 with the winds over 250 kilometers per hour. The storm caused major infrastructure damage and widespread power outage, particularly in Kingston and coastal areas. So that's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us and stay tuned for more on RTD channel.